Hey internet, so it's just the middle of winter. It's just the worst time, isn't it? I'm really itching to get back in the garage after spending some time in here last week, and I thought I'd just get the 550 out and give it a bit of a clean really. And my wife's bought me some new lovely super soft polishing cloths, so I thought I'd give it a bit of a go. I've got some really nice expensive polish as well, and you know, just give it a bit of a rub and you know, see if I can get it shining up a bit nicer. I'm sorry I haven't got any maintenance to do really, but it's just too cold. I've got the heater going full blast, which you can probably hear in the background, and it's just too cold. It's too cold for anything. It's -3 at the moment, and the heater going full is just keeping the garage bearable. So yeah, so I just thought I'd have a bit of a clean of the bike and, you know, see where we are. I've got some nice new polish, and you know, let's just give it a bit of a rub and see what occurs. Something feels a bit odd. Whether it's this cloth, it feels a bit strange. Oh my gosh! Oh my god! What's occurred? It must be a magic cloth! Well, I don't know where she gets these cloths from, but yeah, thank you very much. She's great, isn't she? And welcome to my 1981 GPz550d1, an original UK bike that I picked up yesterday. Thanks very much, Darren. Really appreciated. It's come to a very good home. I've had a chat with her this morning, and after sitting in the trailer all the way back, fending from the elements, she's nice and clean again now, so yeah, let's take a look around her. So was that cheesy enough for YouTube? Well, I think it probably was, wasn't it? I think it was probably a 9 out of 10 on the cheese factor. Anyway, let's have a look at the bike. Right then, so it is, as I say, a 1981 GPz550d1, proper job. It's had a, I'm told, a total engine rebuild, and the engine's been painted. Frame has been powder coated. Swing arm powder coated, and the ancillaries, like the rod that holds the brake caliper in place, made a little spring on that. New rear disc pads, calipers rebuilt. Again on the front of the bike, discs, pads, calipers rebuilt. It's had new fork tubes, and the forks have been professionally refurbished with the new tubes. It hasn't been on the road at all. As you can see, it's had new tyres. Little nodders are still on the tyres. It's just not been ridden at all. Original metal mudguard. So, see, the nose cone fairing's loose. It's missing the 2 brackets. If you'll remember the ones I had to make for the 550, I'll need to do some more for that. Carbs need painting black, but I've got to have them off because it's not been run for a couple of years, and it starts up, but the jets are obviously blocked. So yeah, I need to get them off and just blow it all through and clean them out. badges, not stickers. Looks like a new chain and sprockets. Original shockers apparently. Might just have to give them a bit of an adjustment. It does seem very firm when I sat on it. Original uncut rear mudguard. Little tear in the seat cover. It's not too bad though. Paintwork's been professionally done. There's a beautiful shine on it. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I'd spend a bit of time cleaning it, but it's just so cold in here at the moment. It's just not the right time. But yeah, it's flawless. Little jobs we need to do are side stand, a cut-off switch, which I know most people take off. But when the side stand's coming up, the switch isn't returning fully, so it's stopping it starting. See what I mean? When I drop the side stand down a little bit, it pushes the switch in, so it's that piece that's moving at the back. So it needs either pinning or something else doing with it, but it's neither here nor there. I can sort that out in a jiff. What else did Darren say it needed? I think that was about it really, other than the carbs. Like I say, I'll paint them black so it's completely standard. Oh, it needs a black tank cap. There was an issue with the original one, so he put this one on because it's all he could get off eBay. I either paint it or get an original one. I just noticed that the mirror's broken there, so I don't know whether I'll be able to get one of these or not. We'll have a look. There it is, 47,000 miles. So like I say, it's a UK bike. It's not an import. It's not been on the road since, we think, well, looking at the DVLA website, it's not been on the road since, or taxed rather, since 1997. So I would think it's probably is 1997 when it was last on the road. Darren says he bought it as a complete wreck about 5 years ago, and he's had all this work done to it, and it's just beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I hankered after buying my original 550d1, and which, you know, like a lot of people, they try and find their original bike. Yeah, so like a lot of people who hanker after buying their original bike for, you know, from when they were a kid. It's mostly us middle-aged people. And I wanted mine, TWX 25W, looked for it for ages, and came to the sad conclusion it's probably Coke tins and bean cans now, if anything at all. But I think it's long gone. Anyway, I didn't think I'd get another D1. They come up so rarely. I think there are some out there. I think they're probably in people's garages in wonderful condition, being looked after, but they don't come up for sale, as you'll know. And I'm so pleased that this one did. The chap I bought it off, Darren, you've probably seen the eBay advert if you're a UKer. He's selling three, an 1100, a 750 and this one, and I contacted him to see if he would split them, and he kindly agreed. I gave him a link to the channel so he could see it was going to a good home, and because I'll never sell this will not be sold. With it being an original, you know, it's going to stay, and I'll do the little bits it needs, and I can't wait to get it out on the road in summer, or when the weather, you know, gets nice. It's probably going to be May, or at least, before I take it out. But yeah, I can't wait to get out on it, and I'm going to use it. You know, it is, in all truest sense, a rideable classic, and I love it. So what am I going to do with the Z? You know, I'm extremely proud of all of the work that I've done on the Z550, and you know, with it sat here it looks just like this one, really, doesn't it? It's just a lovely homage to the D1. The paintwork's great, it runs nicely, it just needs that 1% finishing. And the finishing, what is the finishing? New rear tyre, new rear tyre, oh, and the oil leak. It's got an oil leak from under the engine. It's not a head or base gasket. I suspect it's where the oil filter housing unscrews, but I just haven't had a chance to do it. And as you know, I haven't been doing any videos since August last year, so it just needs doing. So I will sell it, and I'll sell it in part to pay for this. I mean, you know, this was quite a lot. I think Darren could have got more for it, but I think he recognised that, you know, I mean, us old guys who love the bikes for what they are, you know, like to think of them going to a good home, and certainly I think he let me have it because he knew that it was quite like-minded. Anyway, so yeah, the 550, the KZ550 is going to go. So if you want to, you know, drop me an email if you're interested in it. I'm not going to give it away, and if it takes 2 years to sell it for what I want for it, it'll sit in here for 2 years. I'm not in any desperate rush for the money at all, but it is going to go, and it's like I say, in part it'll pay for this, really. Yeah, and the next project will be the 600R, as I always intended it to be, really. As I say, I'm really pleased with the work that I've done on the 550. There are things that I'd probably do differently now. I've got my spray gun now, so yeah, I definitely would have used that. But you know, it's although they came out of aerosols, it was top quality paint from a specialist paint company, and it was 2K lacquer. You know, it wasn't any sort of crap stuff from Halfords. It was proper 2K lacquer, and you can tell by the finish. It's lovely. I've spilt fuel on it a few times. It doesn't matter at all. You know, it's got that super hard protection that the 2K lacquer gives it. So yeah, it will go. Oh yeah, and the last job would be, I think, if I was keeping it, I would definitely send the seat away to get it professionally refurbished. It's really squashy, and the D1 and that year of 550, the Z550, has like metal spikes which hold the seat cover on, so you sort of stretch the seat cover around the metal base, it's not plastic, and spike the cover onto these metal spikes, and that's what holds it in place. Well, half of them are broken off, they've just corroded off over the years, and if you remember early on, I probably did a video or covered it, but I used some clips. I bought some specialist upholstery clips, and I was never really all that pleased with it. I mean, it looks great, but sitting on this, I realised how firm this seat is. It's like a rock compared to that one. It's really squashy. So this one feels like it's sitting really quite high compared to that. But other than that, I mean, I love them both. I really do. But you know, it'd be selfish for me to keep two, so the Z will go. Anyway, it was really quite short video just to show you the new addition to the stable, and I hope you really like it. I think it's a really rare bike. It's a real good find, and it's a real quality addition to the Rideable Classics garage. You know, this and the RD350LC in its original specification. I think they're a real treat. So yeah, thanks very much. If you've got any questions, please drop it in the comments below. If you're interested in maybe buying the Z550, email me, but it's like I say, I'll put it on eBay probably at some point, or I might even just stick it in Auto Trader. The problem with eBay, as we all know, is the amount of tyre kickers, and they are, you know, there's quite a few people out there that just want to waste your time big style. So you've got to go through all of those people to get to the true genuine ones, as I'm sure most of you are, or all of you are on the channel. But yeah, I don't want any tyre kickers. It doesn't come with 2 years warranty or anything like that, so yeah. Okay, thanks very much for sticking with me. I hope you like the new edition. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Internet. Bye.